See the drip, yeah, I fit it up. Hop in my car and I get it up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
See, I'm riding through the city with my woo. Yeah, we tuned in HotxxMagOnlineRadio. Yeah, she put that work in there, you know it shows. So who's fucking with this online radio?
What's good, what's good, what's good, y'all? It's your girl, Tara J. Well, HotxXMag Online Radio. Okay. Listen, you guys, as y'all can hear, I'm getting my voice back a little bit. Little something. My voice was completely gone the other day. Last night I got on here and I was a little hoarse. But now today, we back and we ready. And I don't know about y'all. I see some of y'all joining in now. Salute to y'all. If y'all tuning in, make sure y'all comment down below so I can give you a shout out. But tonight, you guys, we got a special guest. I'm super excited for CT to come live, aka Ciara Thompkins, because she's about to drop some gems. And I feel like it's very important because, you know, especially being in the entertainment business, there's a lot of things that you should know. And if you don't know, we want to let you know, or, you know, she want to drop some gems, let you know what to look out for, and just so much more. And, you know, perfect person to do it. She's so sweet. I'm so excited to bring her live. So with further ado, you guys, let's introduce CT.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing out there?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed. How about you?
I am great. Thanks for asking.
So that's it. You know, a lot of times we don't ask. A lot of times we so focus on spreading the negativity that we don't know how to be positive. So I always want everybody to be blessed, and if I could be a blessing to anyone, I try to do that.
Yes. So, you know, before we even get into dropping the gems and everything, let the people know what it is exactly that you do.
So as I put in the title, I'm multidimensional. So I do everything, pretty much any and everything that you could think of. I do or have done it at one point in time. Period. From lighting to writing. So
nice. So, you know, with you doing everything, you know, being multidimensional, am I saying that right, y'all? Yeah, multidimensional. What made you say, you know, I just want to be able to educate others? You know, what put a halt to you being able to just do everything to educating others on it?
So what happens is when I go to these shows or these events and I'm sitting there, it's more of a frustration thing. Like there's been a lot of events that I sat at and I'm like, you know, just shaking or something because I'm like, the sound ain't right.
Yeah.
You know, that the setup ain't right. Yeah. Like who's the managers in these places or the artist is self-managing? Like what is the direction?
Right.
So that's kind of that. It came out of frustration. It came out of like, there's so much more than um what people think it is.
Right.
Like people think, I go in the studio, I sit with this engineer or this producer, make this song, and then I go perform it, and hopefully something will happen. Sometimes that happens, most times it doesn't. And when it does happen, we screw ourselves because we're not educated. So
Right. Right. Now, speaking of being educated and, music artists, because there are a lot of music artists out there that record a song. And like you said, they hop out the studio same night sometimes. And they're like, yeah, y'all, let's hit the stage. And, that was a big, what should I say, controversy on social media at a point, because some people were saying, know when you could take an artist serious and know when you can't. And that was one of the topics that came up during that time, because they're like, well, there's no way you did a song that same day and then you go right ahead and perform it. It wasn't prepared. It's going to be a mess. So, what would you say two of the biggest mistakes that you have seen music artists make when it comes to performing?
The first mistake is knowing their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
What is your purpose? Why are you on a stage? Who are you here to serve?
Right.
So that would be the second mistake, is your demographic, knowing your demographic. Who are you serving? If you wanted to continue to serve your local area, your local hood, that's fine. But if you want to get up into the big leagues, you're going to have to reach out into different demographics, meaning that you're going to have to create possibly a different image or a way to craft your image to reach other people.
Yeah, definitely. Now, just from, again, experiencing, you seeing things, if a music artist wasn't sure, let's say, on what demographic, that they're aiming at towards, or maybe they don't realize how to even look for that, what would you suggest for them to look out for?
So again, when we say demographic, like here in Pittsburgh, when I go out and ask, like, what's the demographic here? I don't think anyone can necessarily give me the demographic. But when you look at music, the demographic here is really tailored to country music and pop music. Yes. So if you're bringing rap music into that, how do you reach the masses of demographic here? You're only touching a small portion of what Pittsburgh's demographic is, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. But it's just really thinking outside of the box. Like, how can I reach a Taylor Swift fan, because she's the top grossing artist in Pennsylvania, right? So how do I reach her fan base? What do I need to do to reach her fan base?
Yes.
And again, that comes with image. What kind of image are you portraying? And a lot of artists don't know their image. I forget who I was just talking to about this, but Chris Brown, big artist. When he first started, he came in as a rapper, and they was like, "Nah, my man, nah, your name is Chris Brown. We gonna sing. We gonna get you these lessons. We gonna sell you as a product." And that's what it is. It's you being a product for whatever demographic they want to touch.
Yep, definitely. And I agree with that. And, a lot of that comes back to the conversations that they had before, when music artists were deciding whether they wanted to be signed or stay independent. And a lot of them, I think, got what you said mixed up with just being controlled. And I feel like that's two different things. Yes, I feel like, when you get signed, they do try to control things, but it's still two different things.
And it definitely is. And whether you are signed or independent, you're still controlled. Exactly. So it doesn't matter whether you're signed or independent, you're still controlled, because your audience controls you. They control the narrative and what is to be seen and what is to be not seen or heard. So in either way, you're controlled. Now, do you want to be controlled with someone backing you, like a label or an investor, or do you want to be controlled by yourself and not really reach the full potential that someone else could see you reach? A lot of this ain't, I don't think people understand. A lot of it just ain't on you. It's like you have to have a team. You have to be able to. I don't know if we could cuss on here. Can I cuss on here?
Oh yeah, you sure can.
Okay. You got to be able to be around people that'll call you on your bullshit. you can't have no yes man when you in this type of genre of entertainment. Like, you can't have somebody be like, yeah, that's dope. You gotta have somebody be like, no, that's trash. Your levels is off. The bass is too loud. Like, you gotta really have somebody that's willing to be like, I don't fuss with that. So
Yeah.
yep. So that's a lot of what it is your image and your purpose. Once you as an artist know what your image and your purpose is, then you can pull in a management team. Now with pulling in a management team, it's what do you want them to manage?
Yes. Yes. And a lot of times music artists are confused when it comes to that. They're like, oh, just everything. I don't want to do anything but rap.
Yeah. So that becomes the hard part, because it's what do you want me to manage, or what do you want the manager to manage? And as an artist, you have to know that once you pull in a manager, I hate to say this, but you are now an actor. You are now a puppet. When it's time to work, you put on your costume and your mask, and you play whatever role you're going to play. But when you're at home and you're chilling, or with your family and you're chilling, you're back to whoever's outside of that image, and that's what a lot of people get confused. We see these artists, these entertainers, and we're like, oh, that's whoever they are. And it's like, no, when they at home or chilling with their family, they're a totally different person. So a lot of times, if I'm out and I see somebody, or if I have the connection to meet somebody, I'm like, they just like me. I ain't gonna crowd their time and their space and their energy. I'll be like, yo, I like your work, you dope, and move on. Because they appreciate that more. They appreciate it more than you being a fan of them, or making them noticeable. I was at Shantae Moore at City Winery, and this guy kept walking past. I'm like, yo, I know, dude. Like, just his face. I was like, I know, dude, from somewhere. Like, dude, look weird. He looked mad familiar. And I was like, Stephen A. Smith, the owner of BET. I was like, yo, that's Stephen A. Smith. Like, so I was like, excuse me, sir, what's your name? He was like, Stephen. I was like, Stephen A. Smith, you used to own BET. He was like, yeah. I was like, nice to meet you. My name's Ciara. And left it at that.
Right.
I didn't, draw a fuss. I didn't put any attention on him. It was just like a nice to meet you thing. This is who I am. So if we come across paths again, you could be like, oh, that was her. She was cool. Like, she ain't. And sometimes we get so much into being a fan that we don't take those opportunities as business opportunities.
Right.
So that's another, that's a little jewel, be a business person before you're a fan. A lot of people don't know how to turn that on and off.
Yes. And I think that's really important, especially with being an independent music artist, when you get a chance, like she said, when you get a chance to meet or be in the same room, let's say that, be in the same room as these big names, it's a blessing and you don't want to ruin it. And like you said, there are a lot of celebrities or actors or anybody with bigger names. Like you said, they turn an image on and they turn it off. And half of the time when they're out, they're focused on what they're doing. And most of the time they don't want to be bothered or at all.
At all.
Yes. So, I think it's really important that you said that, because I've been to a few showcases where, let's say a celebrity's there, and this was the time when CDs were out, when everybody was selling their CD, and they're just shoving everything to the artist. They're like, oh, here's my business card, here's my CD, and and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed and they ain't even giving it to me.
So I'll give you a little tidbit of information that I found out. And this is from being like, when I graduated from high school, I spent a lot of time out in California because, again, I wanted to be an artist. 90% of those tape CDs or whatever they get sent to the, or did you give to these people at a show, they put it in a box, or they put it like, sometimes it don't even make it back home with them for them to even listen to. So it's like you just did all of that instead of just waiting out your purpose.
Yeah.
It'll come to you. What's yours is always going to be yours. So.
Very true. And I used to always think like, wait a minute, because I used to be a music artist too. Well, I still am, but I don't pursue it as much. And I used to be like, dang, how come I never got that call? And I'm thinking in my head, once I started doing business and everything, and I'm like, wait, oh my gosh, I hate when you might go to the store and somebody's like, hey, what's your email real quick? Da-da-da. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I just want to shop real
You
quick.
just want to chill. So I want to say that's partly why I didn't move forward with what my possibilities could have been. But the other portion of that was just knowing it. Like just being able to see different, like there was just a lot of stuff that I seen that I was like, do I want to do this for the next 5 years or 10 years or whatever, at that time, whatever fucked up contract I signed, do I want to do that for that amount of time just so that I could be maybe comfortable? Because a lot of people that you look at that were signing, like this was in 99, a lot of people that were signing deals back then, they were broke at some point in time. So it's like, do I really want to do this and give up whatever it is that I might be giving up to be in a position that's not beneficial?
Right.
So, but I had a good manager at the time that knew the business and was like, what do you, like, they gave me a choice. What do you want to do?
Right.
Like, your purpose, your image, you know that you could go here, there, and there. What do you want to do? And I was just like, I think I'm going to just be an influencer. I'm going to figure this stuff out and educate. And then, I'll figure it out from there. But, I tried the managing thing, and that's a mess because there's a lot of people don't know that there's 3 types of managers. You can't get one all you can get it all in one manager, but there are 3 types, which is business, personal, and road.
Yes.
So you have some people like, well, can you be my manager? Manager for what? What exactly do you want me to manage?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get a manager, it's a job. Some people want a manager just so they can book them shows or, oh, I need studio time. Manager pays for none of that.
Nope. They don't understand that.
And they're supposed to get at least 15 or 25% of your grossing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing that a lot of people don't know. If I'm stepping in to be your manager, know that there's going to be a contract. Know that I'm at least 15%, whether you book a show or not.
Right.
Yep. Because ultimately they're coming to see you. So if I book you for one show and nobody likes you because you're not listening to what I'm telling you to do as an artist, then you might not get another show. But you still going to owe me this 15% into our contract. So that brings in another gem or jewel is contracting.
Yes.
If you're going to be an independent artist, know what you're getting yourself into. You have to know legal contracts. You have to study legal contracts. That's what your business manager is for, to know what you're signing in a legal contract. So
yes,
that's another jewel.
Yes.
Other than that is being a good listener.
That part.
Sometimes we get so stuck in the, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm not being a good listener, my guy.
At all.
Yeah. So being a good listener is part of having a management team. Like we understand, like, especially like me as a manager or artist developer, like I know you go through your personal stuff, but a lot of people bring personal into business and you're never, ever, ever to mix the two. Ever. So you have to leave your personal feelings aside. You know what I mean? I just know, like, within the course of like last year and this year, I had a lot of stuff going on. I had 2 or 3 devs, just had a lot of stuff going on. And I do a podcast as well. And they would be like, well, do you want to cancel the meeting or the podcast? Like, no, for what? Like, business. Like, we got to do that. Like, I get that this is going on over here, but to have a successful business, you have to know that sometimes personal got to be on pause.
Yeah.
You take care of your business.
Have to.
And the other thing with that is invest in yourself.
That's a big one.
And I'm not speaking financial. Communication is key. Yeah. Yep. So
Shout out to Shelly.
Right. So investing in yourself doesn't necessarily mean money. Investing in yourself means like investing in your image. It doesn't take much to clean up your image. Not per se to make you look presentable, but what I tell everybody is like, you know, when you go to these showcases or these shows, and a music exec is not going to walk up to you and tell you they're a music exec. They're not even going to look. They're going to look like your average person with a pair of Skechers on and some dress pants. Like they're not. So if they see you're like well mannered, you have a good image, you ain't causing no beef, you ain't like real hood, then most likely they're going to want to work with you. Now, if they see that you grungy, you can't really follow directions, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, they're going to think twice about it.
Yeah.
And the main thing I want people to know here in Pittsburgh is that I get this a lot. Oh, there's no music execs here. There's no investors here. Within the last, I want to say like 3 weeks of me going out and doing stuff, I've been in a room with maybe 10 investors and maybe 1 music exec. And these are people that like the performers don't even know that these people was in the room, but it's like, oh, I know who you are. Like, I'm gonna be quiet. I know who you are. I know what you're doing. I know what you came to see.
Right.
So that's why I drop like the little tidbits I drop online, because it's like, do you know the difference? Do you know the difference between a performance track and and a recorded track? Do you know the difference between a backtrack? Do you know the difference in the sound quality from you recording it in the studio to someone's car to you performing it live? Do you know how that needs to sound as an artist? As an artist, these are things that you should be invested in.
Yeah.
You know?
Seriously. Yeah.
So again, it doesn't take money. It just takes knowledge and time to be like, you know what, my sound is off. My levels is off. The drums is too high. At that point, you're investing in yourself because you know the quality of yourself, instead of just going in the studio and letting the producer play something and you writing down your stuff and putting it down, and you're like, all right, cool, send me that. Instead of like, you know what, can you adjust these things before I go? And then can you send me that? But send me it with my ad libs on one track. Send me it with the full product on one track. Break everything down to a stem. So if I need to take it somewhere else, you know, as he said in my car at airport. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So when I used to produce and do stuff like that, when I was a producer and an artist, I would bounce stuff. Like I would bounce it out. And this is back when we had CDs. I bounce it out, put it on a CD. And I would take it and play it in my home surround sound. I used to have sounds in my car, so then I'd go to my car and play it in my car with the sounds, and then I would take it back to the studio and listen to it again, and then do the adjustments on whatever needed to be adjusted.
Yes.
So, and again, you know, it's investing in yourself, in your quality.
Definitely.
Knowing your purpose. What is your purpose? Is your purpose to be? Your purpose might not even to be a rapper. Not the type of rapper you trying to be.
Right.
You know, your purpose might be to go in schools and rap to little kids about what you've been through. You know, it might not be on that level. You know. Yeah. So again, just knowing your purpose, and you'll know that. You'll know what your gift is. Just like you said, you were an artist, but you like your anonymity. You like to be cloaked. So you know, being on the airwaves or like a radio host, that fits you perfectly.
Yeah.
Because technically nobody has to really know that's you. Nobody has to know you're the person behind the voice. So you could go to the store and shop and be exactly who you want to be. That's 90% of the time, that's what it is. People want to be a star until it's time to be a star.
Yeah.
You want to be popular until it's time to be popular. Now you can't, you know what I mean? Now you can't walk in Ross Park Mall by yourself because you got a crowd of people whispering, and you know, it's like, they talking about me? Like, what's going on? Like,
and it's important, I think, you know, just to know also as a music artist, you know, like you said, you have to ask yourself, is this really what you want to do? Are you happy doing this? Because when you get into the music industry, especially as a music artist, all the work you have to put in, you want to make sure this is what you want to do, because I mean, you have to put your all into it. And if it's not, it's going to drain you, and more than likely you will crash if it's not. And that's kind of low key how I felt as an artist. It was making me into somebody I really wasn't. I wasn't as happy or enjoying it as much. And I was just like, you know what? No, maybe something else is my purpose. And I found it.
Yeah. So the funny thing about me is I didn't even want to be an artist. I wanted to be a journalist. Yeah, I wanted to I dreamed of writing for like XXL on the Source. Like that was my dream. So I originally went to school for journalism.
Nice.
And then I got, like I said, I went out to LA. My aunt was out there, and she knows many people. She's taking pictures with people. We were on the set of the Jamie Foxx show every day. Wow. She had me backstage. So again, there were different avenues and outlets I could have took. My goddad, one of my goddads is was actually the producer of Moesha at the time. So he was like, if you stay out here, like I'll write you into the show. And I'm like, man, I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to do this. I just want to be behind the scenes. I don't want to be one of them people that's seen, especially as a child, and not really have my privacy. Like I was always real big on privacy. So I was like, I don't want to be seen and not have my privacy. I just actually found out that my goddad, he's in Atlanta now working for Tyler Perry Studio.
Oh, so, my gosh, yeah.
He's one of the producers on the show Brothers that was on BT Plus. So
that's what's up.
And then I just found out one of the influencer, I posted a Facebook pic about 2 weeks ago with a producer that influenced me. His name is Vassell Benford. He produced the group Jade and Shantae Moore. Nobody's supposed to be here. He wrote and produced that song.
Nice.
So I just found out that he did 2 songs on Chris Brown's new 11:11 album.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's big.
It is big. Yeah, it is big. So, I started reaching out to him like, yo, what's up? Like, what's up? What's going on?
Yes.
So, but also your networking, your capabilities to network, like I said, your image of yourself, your purpose, your presentation of yourself, your investment in yourself. Yes. When you go into these rooms with these people, are you so fanned out that you can't be like, hey, your real name, not your, DJ freestyle Malik, or you know what I mean? So like that, like, no, my name is whatever your real name is, and I'm interested, because that's going to leave more of effect than can I get your autograph?
Yes.
So, and the other thing was, I'm real big on shows, like live performance shows. And the thing that I noticed here is that everybody want to do a show. Number one, nobody want to collaborate on doing, like, I think there's 4 or 5 shows next week on 420.
That's crazy.
It's like, man, y'all couldn't collab, like y'all couldn't collab and do one big show for the city.
Right. That would have been so lit.
Yeah, like y'all can't do one big show for the city. You know what I mean? Just everybody come out in one space, and watch these artists show their artistry. The thing too, as an artist, even if you have a manager, remember it's you up on that stage. So your sound is everything. How you sound to someone else is everything. And if you're on stage and you're performing for somebody like me who's critiquing everything that they hear, I'll be ready to walk out. Like, I don't want to pay a $20 cover and be ready to walk out of this establishment because I can't get down with what the artists sound like.
Right.
I'm muffled. I can't hear what y'all name is. I can't hear what the name of the song is. I'm supposed to go search for the song on iTunes or Spotify or whatever y'all on if I don't know your name and the name of your song.
Right.
That's just it. They come up on the stage, they ready to perform. Don't be like, oh, my name is and this song is. Like that's the first thing you're supposed to do. Let me know what I'm listening to. Let me know who you are. So, and then when you send the information to the DJ, you just sending the wave file that the engineer sent you.
Yeah.
You know what that is, but this DJ don't know what it is. She don't know your name. She don't know that your name connected to ideas. Like that's the name of your song. Like she don't know that. She don't know if you have a song called Ideas and Complicated. She don't know both of them belong to you and which way you want to do them, or he as a DJ. So when you sending out your stuff for performances, put your name on it.
Yes.
Put your name on it and your contact information on it. And a little note, hey, if you don't get this, let me know. This is the order of how I want to perform the songs. Like there's a certain, again, if you don't have management, if you don't have a business manager that's going to do this for you, or a road manager, then this is something that you need to do as an artist. Yes. And try not to do it the day of, because you either not going to perform because the DJ can't find your music, or that's just it. Basically, like they don't know who you are. They can't find your music. Whether they know you as an artist or not, I can't find your music. Like the show that we just did, there was a couple artists were she's like, I can't find their music. They're on the list, but we can't find your music.
You said next.
You're acapella. We can't find your music.
Yeah. I see that a lot too when it comes to radio. I mean, people submit their stuff. I literally put what to put, and it's amazing to me. Like 8 times out of 10, they still send it wrong. They just send the song, and like you said, there's no artist name. The track name is something totally different than what they said their song was called. And I'm like, who is this? Email's not even the artist name, and it's just like, I don't know what is going on sometimes.
Well, excuse me. It's again, this is the lack of knowledge as to, like, that you want to do a show, but you don't know how your presentation is supposed to be when you step into the show.
Yes.
You don't know that you're supposed to go network before you perform. Hi, my name is my name is CT. My song is, I'm about to perform it. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know once you get the microphone and it's time for you to go. Hey, my name is CT. And the name of my song is, all right, DJ, hit that for me.
Right.
You can also incorporate ways to tell the DJ to level you out. Hey, DJ, can you level me out? Whenever you're performing. Or a sound engineer, even though I just had this conversation, just posted this. A sound engineer is greater than a DJ, and if you have a DJ that's a sound engineer, you basically hit the jackpot.
Win-win.
So, a sound engineer is going to hear things that a regular DJ is not going to hear. Like, they're going to be able to step into the establishment and know off rip, something's off. Something's off. Like, the bass is too distorted. The treble's too distorted. Something need to be leveled out. Something need to be turned down. This is popping. This is squeaking. So they're gonna be able to do that. And it's good to have one when you're performing. Whether, like, as an artist, you could bring in your own sound engineer. Like, hey, I'll pay you $20 or $10 if you come down to the show with me and be my engineer just for this one song. Unless the establishment you're at has their own sound engineer that they pay.
Right.
But most of the time, DJs want to play. They want to. That's what we call it. We call it playing. Like, I want to get on these turntables or this computer and just mix. I don't want to have to worry about what you sound like.
Right.
I might not even want to be here as is. I might want to be performing with you, or I might want to be at a different establishment doing something else. But this is the event that I chose to be at for right now. So, as a DJ, we just want to play. We just want to play our music and see you dance or whatever's going to happen. Because it's here, I don't think they dance too much no more here. So,
right. I was thinking that the other day. I'm like, dang, did we get old? Like, what happened?
I was looking at the Day thing, the Miss Money's thing. the dudes from South Carolina, like they was killing it. I'm like, man, none of our peoples be too cool to dance. Like, what's going on? I was like, yo, they're killing it. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like, they be out here killing it, putting on full performances. Like, you think somebody gonna pick you that's just up there like, or this person is ready to do a backflip right here on the stage and perform. Like, that's entertainment. That's
Yes.
what I want to see. Like, when you go to a concert, like, it's good to see somebody up there just, but sometimes you go for what the extra frill is going to be.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah. And that's the whole key word to performance. Like, I want to see you perform.
yeah, I want to see you perform. I want to see the frill. I want to see whatever stops you going to pull out for this performance.
Exactly.
A lot of people, they may or may not know, like, I'm an avid concert goer. And I go to concerts because I'm constantly studying, like studying who comes out with a live band, who has live percussion in their performance.
Right.
I'm really big on live percussion, live band and performances, because if you're able to do that, that takes you to another level. Like, it's cool to be able to rap on a beat, but when you pull a live band and someone whose timing that might be off, or you gonna be able to stay on that person's timing if they play the keys and they're a little bit before or behind you.
Right.
So I love live band performances, and the music is also a little crisper.
Yeah.
And there's a couple people that I've seen with like a portion of live band behind them that I really enjoyed.
Nice. I don't think I really seen, well, I've seen a couple, but not really independent rappers. It was more so singers.
Yeah, well, singers here will do it more than rappers. That's why I posted, like, are there any rappers that could perform behind a live band and edit it? Meaning, like, you can't cuss. Can you do
Right.
this live band and without cussing? Like, can you do this? Because there's a couple spots that you could actually go to and just grab the mic and be like, you know, so, you know, sometimes you have to utilize those outlets as well, because again, these execs and, you know, investors, they pull up everywhere. They just say they want their money to reach. I just actually got invited to a couple little things tomorrow, and I'm gonna go to them. One of them is that's like, yeah, he's a country singer. Like, he plays the guitar. He's a country singer. He performs. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna come check him out because I'm interested. Like, now you got my attention. Now I want to see what he can do.
Right.
But that's our genre here. Our genre in Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania as a whole is country pop. That's why they be tearing downtown up when Kenny Chesney here.
Yes, they do. Man, they make me want to go. I'll be like,
do you know? I'll be like, dang, how much Kenny Chesney tickets cost? I'm gonna check you out right quick.
Right.
But I mean, I got family that'll actually step out of the box and go to those type of concerts. Like, they'll go to Kenny Chesney, they'll go to Taylor Swift, like they'll go to those concerts just because they want to see. Like, one of the concerts I went to last year, and I try to go to at least 5 or 6 every year.
Nice.
So one of them I went to last year was Travis Scott.
Ooh.
And I thought there would be more of us there. And there was not. Yeah. I was like, there's none of us here. So it's like, they know what demographic to tailor to. So when people are like, oh, nobody comes here, it's because it's not in their demographic.
Exactly. Yep.
All these tours miss Pittsburgh because it's not in their demographic. Nowhere in Pennsylvania except for Philly serves that demographic. So if you want to be a rapper, if you want to be R&B, you have to travel. You can do it here, but you're going to have to travel. And a lot of people don't know is that your name is going to be more known outside of Pittsburgh. Maybe even you might be known in Harrisburg or Philly or out Erie before you're really notarized here in Pittsburgh. They'll notarize you there and hand your music over more there than they will here. And
Yep.
that's again a part of your purpose. A part of your purpose is getting your stuff out there.
Yeah.
I like to watch music movies
Yeah.
or TV shows, and I just started watching the Wu-Tang series. Like I wasn't watching it before. I just started watching it. And one of the things that I noticed is that on they were passing the tapes to different people. Like listen to it, then pass it on. Listen to it and pass it on.
Ah.
So it was like, yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to it. Then I'm gonna play, oh, this is dope. This is that new da, 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 da. When you get done listening to it, pass it on to somebody else. So it was the pass on method. It's like
Yep.
how many people can you pass it on to and tell them to pass it on to and tell them to pass it on to. That's how you get notoriety.
Right.
So again, if you want to get notoriety, pass it on. And it don't gotta be somebody who you super cool with. It can be somebody who you think is going to support you.
Right.
And have them pass it on to somebody who they think is going to support you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I may have missed it, but how long have you been in the business? So I have when I say multidimensional, I mean everything. I started dance at 6. Yeah, I was in ballet, tap, and jazz at 6. I started piano lessons at 8.
Wow.
I started studying the business at about 16. So
Started early.
yeah, well, again, because I wanted to be a journalist.
You're right. Yep.
So in part of that, it was like learning a business. Like I was attracted to music since the first time I heard it.
Yeah.
So it was like, this is cool. What's this? Like, how do I get more involved in this? So I started really young. Started taking piano lessons at 8. Despised it, but you know, it's something. I hated every minute of it, but I mean, it served its purpose. I could play by ear.
Wow.
Pretty much anything by ear.
Nice.
You
could read music too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was part of I just actually posted my credentials on Facebook just because everybody was like, well, what do you do? What do you do? It's like, here, I'll just post my credentials. This is what I do.
Yes.
So, I went to Full Sail University, study music production, creative writing, and marketing, communications, and media. So those are my credentials or whatever. But yeah, we had to study theory and everything. So with theory comes see, that's what I wanted to play the drums. My mom was like, no. You said you go to Full Sail now, sweetie. Save your money, honey.
Hey, honey.
Save your money if you can. If you can save your money, save it. It's a good educational piece, but is it worth your money? That's the real thing.
Man, college.
It's good to get an education, but sometimes is it worth your money? Or are you going to get that money back? And Full Sail is very, very expensive.
I heard.
It's very expensive.
Because I went to Point Park, but I definitely heard about Full Sail.
Point Park's a good one too.
Yeah, I love that.
Point Park and Chatham.
Yes.
If my suggestion is anybody here, if you can, anybody here in Pennsylvania, even if you could do online at Chatham or CMU or Point Park, and go into theater or music. Go into either one of them. You'll come out way cheaper and you'll get everything that you need.
Yeah. Definitely.
For real. Like for real. After I figured that out, I was like, man, I should have went to school here. But yeah, and I got a little bit of business management in there too. So
that's important.
Yeah, it's important to know your contracts and what's going on with the funding. And again, how to stand in a room full of people and not be a fan. Like how to network. That's what business management teaches you, how to network, how to be in a room full of people and know that them people are beneficial to you in some way, shape, or form. Like don't be too cocky to think that can't nobody help you. Because it could be the littlest things that educate you.
Yes. Also, when you were talking about being in a room full of people and they were worried if execs are in there or not, they also have to realize that there's more to the people in the room than just execs. You got your radio host, you have your journalists, like you said, you might have other producers, other DJs, other managers from other labels, the execs, of course, the A&Rs, all of that in one room, but you don't know unless you network.
And that's just it. You don't know unless you know. They're not going to come up to you and be like, "Hey, I'm the record exec of such and such and such and such." They're going to come in, they're going to read the room, and they're going to be out because they might just not have your event. They might.
You in this El DeBarge, girl.
They might have 5 or 6 other events that they have to hit that night. So again, they're coming in to read the room. They know who the artist is that they're looking at before they even go to this event. Like somebody tells them like, "Hey, we heard about this kid or this person," or usually the terminology is kid. "Hey, we heard about this kid. Go check them out."
Yes. Absolutely.
Here's your cover charge or your media pass. Go check them out.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, with you being in the game for so long, what would your advice be to any music artist that is doing it right now or up and coming?
A couple things. The first thing is be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Facts.
Be comfortable being uncomfortable. When you're uncomfortable, that means that things are going on in your life that you have no control over. You're relinquishing control, but it's going to put you in a better position than what you're currently in. So be comfortable being uncomfortable, because if you make it to that next level, you have no control over what it is you're doing.
Right.
At any given moment, somebody could call on you and you have no control over that. So be comfortable being uncomfortable. Like that's the main one. Just be comfortable being uncomfortable in those situations that you can't control.
Yeah.
Is it necessary to go to school to? No, it's not necessary to go to school to be a songwriter. Songwriting is something that actually I started doing when I was 8. When you become a songwriter, know that anything and everything can become a song, or a writer in general. Just because you're a songwriter doesn't mean that you can't write other things.
Right.
Being a songwriter has led me into writing or starting to write books, movies, poetry, but I was kind of writing poetry and songs at the same time. So, no, that's just you. That's just your spirit. That's just your heart. That's what songwriting is. Yeah. Now, what you could possibly do is take a class on how to format the song for whatever music you're using, whatever beat you're using, how to format it for that. Is it going to be a... I can't sing either. So,
me too.
The thing with not singing, because I can't sing Werfelick either. I don't know what happened. I think once I hit puberty, God was like, "Nah, you getting a little too spicy for me. I'm gonna strip that one, and you getting a little too spicy." So I actually lost my voice at like 13, and when I got it back, I could not sing anymore. So I stopped singing. But the artists that I work with that can sing, I use the hum method. So I hum with whatever note, like like, so I'll hum it and they'll sing it, and I'll be like, "Okay, take that down another octave, or bring it up another octave, or put a little bit more falsetto in it." So there's ways that you could direct someone singing when you're a songwriter.
Definitely. It's all about having that ear too, having that ear.
Yeah. I know we shouldn't really talk about him, no Diddy, but I was watching something with Diddy with Diddy, and the thing that he said that like really stuck out to me is like, a good song when it gives you goosebumps, because music does something to our spirit and to our soul. So when you're listening to something and it gives you goosebumps, it's because of how it's radiating in your energy. Like it's something. It's the hurts in the music. It's something in the music that's doing something to your mind, your nerves. So you'll know a good song if it's produced correctly and if it's written correctly, if it gives you goosebumps.
Yeah. Or anything else, any other emotion.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to touch on the other emotions, but you're right. But I would say, like, anyone who's an artist, keep doing what you're doing. Keep writing. Keep performing. Keep thinking outside of the box. Know what you want.
Yes.
Know your purpose. Know your image, and invest in yourself. Because number one, a manager is not there to babysit you. They're not there to deal with your tantrum. They're not there to fund you.
Right.
So you got to know when you're pulling a manager in, when you decide like, hey man, I need a manager. It's number one, because you're not disciplined enough to be your own manager, and you need help somewhere. You need help with, making sure you get to your shows on time. You need help booking your shows. You need help with being consistent in the studio, like going into the studio knowing that you got these 2 hours, and these 2 hours is for work, not for eating or smoking weed or drinking or having females in there. And all this is bread. Like somebody put bread up for this.
Yes.
So, not wasting a manager's time, especially if you're not paying them. If you're not paying them and you're wasting their time, that's something else that they could be doing to make them some bread.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like, know what's meant for you will be for you. It don't matter how much somebody hating on you, or you feel like somebody taking away from you, somebody stealing your shine. What's meant for you will always be for you. No matter who steps into your circle, no matter who steps out, it's yours.
Facts.
You just gotta know your purpose, and not necessarily pursue it, because the more you pull away from it, the more, I hate to say it, the more fucked up your life is going to be. So, no, if it's meant for you, it'll be for you, and it'll come smoothly. It'll come without no problems, no hesitations.
Facts. That is so true. Because, you hear that a lot. People are like, oh, this person stole this, and now I got to do something different. And it's like, no, you don't. If that was you, and that's your original idea, you stick to it. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't know if you guys noticed, but if that has happened to you, the person who tried to do what you do, it never lasts.
Nope.
It never lasts. Because like you said, it wasn't meant for them.
Right. What's meant for you will always, that's something that I've always been told. What's meant for you will always be for you, and whatever, make sure when you, bruh. But again, that goes back to having people in your crew that's yes people. If you got somebody who's real with you, they're gonna be like, dog, like, when's the last time you shared? Like, what's up? Like, what's good?
Yeah.
But again, I'm not that person. I'm not a yes person. I'm gonna tell you your stuff is trash. I'm gonna tell you your image is like, what's your image? I asked, what's your image? What make you different? In a room full of mumble rappers, what make you different?
Right.
In a room full of people talking about the Gap, what make you different? Because I can step out the door and hear that. What's gonna make me pull your stuff off versus somebody else? What makes you different? So again, that's part of your image. What makes you different? What makes me want to pick you over someone else?
Right.
And that's what happens when the information goes to these execs or these record labels or these investors. They got a powerful of the same stuff until somebody's different. And they pull out what's different and be like, yo, this might be it. This might be the person I was looking for or waiting for.
Yeah.
Who is this person? Go find them. And the A&R goes out and finds them. And the A&R, like I said, the A&R will go to the show, go out and find them, watch them perform, and then report back and be like, okay, this is what I seen.
Yep.
They weren't interacting with the crowd whenever, they had that 3 or 4 minutes before a performance. They was standing with their homies.
Yep.
When they got up on stage, they ain't say their name or their song.
Yep. Little stuff like that.
They ain't tell the crowd thank you for hearing them when they walked off the stage.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't give me no show. It was just them up there performing. And they performed over their studio track. It wasn't the ad libs. They was rapping over them rapping.
Yeah.
So, that's what the A&R go back and report. So now you was picked because you was different out of all these people for the A&R to report back to the exec that's what they seen. Now the exec like, all right, back to the drawing board.
Yep.
Because you still like everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
you got to remember, this is a business, you guys. You are at work.
all the time.
All the time.
Until you get behind closed doors. And then when you behind closed doors, you free to clock out.
Yep.
But when you outside and you got eyes on you, you're always on the clock.
Yeah. Always.
Always. Even your smallest artist, like one of your smallest artists right now, they're on the clock. They can't walk into a store without somebody knowing them, somebody wanting to hate on them. So, just watch that too. If you feel like somebody trying to hate on you, let them hate on you. Invest in yourself, invest in your purpose, your image, invest in your music or your artistry, whatever it is. It doesn't just have to be music. It could be you being an actor or an artist or a dancer, because the industry is the same. You know what I mean? It's all the same industry. It's all the same people backing it at the end of the day. Just figure out where you want to be. You want to be here, or here. Because when you get here, it's no longer you.
Yeah. Nah. So, and you got to be mentally prepared for that.
Very.
Yeah. It's not for the weak.
No. It's definitely not for the weak. Or the weary.
That part.
Or,
or the indecisive.
Or the indecisive, or the non-listeners. It's not built for none of that. And I think a lot of the reason why, again, I didn't do it is because I'm not a good listener.
What?
I'm not a good... So there's a difference between being educated and being a good listener.
That's true. That is true.
You can educate me, but when you're telling me to do something that I don't feel comfortable with, in my spirit, that's when I become not a good listener. Because now I don't have to listen like something's wrong. No, this is not good in my spirit. No, I'm not being a good listener at this time. I listen. You can educate me, but you're not going to tell me to do something that I don't feel comfortable with.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The difference between being educated, because you can educate me all you want. I'll listen to the education. I'll learn. I'll take it in. I'll be uncomfortable in that area. But when you try to get me to do something that doesn't sit right with my spirit, then, can we get her info? We were looking for people to perform. Are you speaking of the lady who was in the chat or myself?
Oh, I'm so there. Yeah. Who we talking about whining poetry? Or Joanna?
But other than that, I'm always looking for people to work with, or it is not even artists, just networking in general.
They want you, girl.
Oh, you want my info? Okay, I'll give it to you guys at the end of the show when we're closing out. I'll make sure that everybody has my information, how to contact me and all of that.
Yes.
All that good stuff.
Yes. So if, or right now, are you open to taking people as far as if they needed help in any of those areas right now?
So what I'm, I really don't like speaking prematurely on things, but I'm working on some things to put out there as far as education pieces. Hopefully,
heck yeah.
I have my feet planted a little better with location and stuff by the end of the month.
Okay.
So just to put it out there, I'm trying to create a class, 3-week class on educating in the music industry as far as your purpose, management, and showtime. So that's what it is. Your purpose, management, and showtime. And management, under management, we will discuss a little about contracts, copywriting, trademarking, um, is it promotions, marketing, publicity. We'll speak about all those things. Because another gem I want to drop real quick. Artist, your name. If your name is not your government name, even if it is your government name, go create a business under it. An LLC, whatever you got to do. Because if somebody likes your name and your image, they can go buy your name out and create an LLC under you.
Facts.
The other thing you want to do is get your name trademark and copywritten. One of the things that I seen, I was like, yo, that's the shadiest, smartest thing I've ever seen anyone do. When Ray J bought Princess Love's name, he went and trademarked and copywrote her name so that anytime it's used, he gets paid off of it. So if she's in a commercial for makeup and her name is used, he gets paid for that.
That's crazy.
So, make sure you keep what belongs to you belonging to you.
Right.
Make sure that you're also, if you have like a logo or an image, like this is trademark and copywritten. This is my logo. This is my image. So if you have a logo or image, make sure that you get that trademark and copywritten as well, because it's the name in the image. One is the name, one is the image.
That's actually interesting.
Yeah.
So let's say, I know a lot of people are like, how do you do that? Where do you go?
That is actually something that I'll enclose in a class just because it's really in depth.
Yeah.
And it does take money. Don't think by any means anything that has to do with the state government or federal levels of things are free. Right. It does all cost money. And in the class, we'll have a designated point where we'll learn that stuff, what websites you go to do that, and what the fees are associated with that.
Nice. I'm excited. I'm excited for that class myself. I might have to grab my seat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's not like I ain't trying to chop nobody head off or nothing like that for them to get the info. It's, like I said, going to be a 3-week thing, and you can pay per week or for the entire 3 weeks, but you won't get a lot of information. It'll be worth every minute of it, guaranteed. But I just got to get some things kind of, put in the final pins in some things before it happens.
Absolutely. So if people wanted to stay, tuned in, where when you do get everything situated and you're ready to start these classes and they want to sign up, where could they follow you on social media to keep up with everything?
So you can follow me on Facebook, Ciara Thompkins on Facebook. I do also have a podcast called The Social Flex. You can follow that page. If you want to see any topics on there, you can also chime in on there. And if you want to get in contact with me, my business line is 412-354-7880. You could text me or you could call me and leave me a message. Again, this is my business line, so I don't really pick it up as much as my personal line. But if you leave me a message or if you text me, I will get back to you. Or you can hit me in my Facebook Messenger. I do respond.
Nice.
When it comes to business, I don't respond to the other foolishness, but if it's business related, I will respond to you. I'll give you the knowledge too. If it's something that's in my head that I'm quick on, I'm like, okay, cool. I got this in my head. I'll give it to you. Like, you only got to pay me for that. You get that on a free because I'm blessing you. I'm gonna bless you with. I'm gonna just bless you with that. So.
That is amazing. That is amazing. And I do appreciate you coming live, dropping some gems, letting people know, a little bit more about what to look out for, what they should be doing, because even that little bit that we talked about that I felt like still was a lot, especially for upcoming music artists, is very important. And, I'm hoping that all of them, whether they're tuned in now or tune in later, that they take that and try to, change certain things that they're doing, especially when it comes to these shows. And I'm looking forward to your class. I'm excited, hopefully once it's ready everybody will join in, because I feel like Pittsburgh definitely can have a demographic for hip hop at some point. We just have to get there. Yeah, we just have to get there.
Yeah, So I mean, beyond our class, I'll probably offering a songwriting class at some point for anybody who's a songwriter that needs help with that. Once I either get a studio home or I get my studio back up and running, nice. I'll be online offering engineering or production classes. So I mean, I do, like I said, I'm multi-dimensional. I DJ, I produce, I write.
Yes.
I teach. So,
and that's awesome. God gave you the gift. Why not use it?
Yeah, bless somebody else with it, for sure.
Absolutely. Yes. So you guys, if you, again, follow her on social media. If you have any questions or you just want to check out what she got going on, please do. Please follow her. She's amazing. In person, over the camera, just amazing person. And I was glad I actually met you the other night.
Yes, that was great. It was great. Energy was awesome.
Yes, it was lit. Shout out to Miss Money as well. I love the event.
Yes, we're AIM Entertainment, Miss Money.
Yes, shout out to her. Shout out to all of you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Wine and Poetry, Joanna, Robert, Shelly, and if I miss Andre, and if I'm missing anybody else, shout out to you. Make sure you follow us on social media and stay tuned in, because we both got some amazing things coming. So let's go, you guys. That is it for tonight. If you're driving, drive safe, and we will catch you next time on HotxXMag Online Radio. Peace.